Alright guys, just a quick reaction to the ban list that dropped midday while I'm working, which is not a shock to anyone, but I was actually working on a ban list prediction video with the expectation that this list probably wouldn't drop for another week or so, and it looks like Konami beat me to the punch. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and scrap the planned video that I had and just react to the new list. Starting off with Forbidden, I will say this is not a huge list either. It's decent size, but I think that the intent will be to put out a big list once the YCS happens with the next one. So I assume the next one will be August, September, October. No sooner than October 1st would be my guess. They haven't confirmed that yet, but that would be my guess after the Megatons have released, and then they've made their sales and they can make some further hits. Because there are things I think should have gotten touched that didn't, but I'm very glad that they hit some cards on here as well. So for Forbidden, we only have two. There's Guard Dragon LP, which, let's be honest, really needed to happen. This card was super problematic being able to fetch from the deck. It was a big contributor to some of the issues Dragon Link brought to the table. I don't know that Dragon Link has been fully neutered yet by this list, which is a little unfortunate. I think that deck's been around for quite a while, but they definitely took a few steps towards moving in the right direction. And then Zodiac Trident was banned. That is a genuine shock to me. I didn't think they'd hit it. Zodiac hadn't been topping a ton yet. I know with the Tri-Brigade stuff, it started seeing more representation, but it's only been a couple months where it's been like a really dominant deck, and I thought they might want to wait and, give that a bit more time, especially with the YCS coming up. This is a pretty significant hit, and it mirrors what happened in the OCG, so I guess it's not the biggest shock. I just didn't have Trident penned as something they were going to hit right now. I definitely thought they might wait, but I guess it, proved to be too powerful, so now maybe they pulled, Broad Ball off at some point and run this back again, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon either. For the limited section, this is interesting. Miscellaneousaurus is back at 1. Let's just take a moment to, a moment of respect for Dino players who, have lost this. I feel terrible for you. That's sarcasm if you can't tell. I think this card should be at 0, but the fact that it's at 1 is better than nothing. It's way too powerful. Dinos are so unchecked, I think. Even cards like Tyranno and Fossil. I mean, there's just so much going on. And now with Scrap Raptor as well, this was a great hit. I'd like to see them do a little bit more, but I guess we'll see how Dinos do in the new format. Second one is Performapal Skullcrobat Joker. I am so amped about this. I actually picked some up yesterday because I was talking about it on my prediction video, how I thought this was a card that could come back. We might see it move, and it did. This card I think is fine at 1. It's a searcher. I think most in-archetype searchers should be at 1. I think because it has to be normal summoned. The biggest argument against this card is its search pool. I get that, but at the same time, I don't think it's too big of a deal to give Pendulums a little bit more support. So, happy to see Skullcrobat Joker back. Whether or not there'll be price spikes on it, I suppose, remains to be seen. Striker Dragon to 1, not shocked by this either, but definitely see the rationale behind it. I think at 1 it's still very playable. It's still kind of, able to get the first copy off and give Dragon Link a lot of playing power, but it's, it does slow down the ability to resolve it, I suppose. If it is stopped, you can't, run the playback again on the next turn, so there's that, I guess. Not a bad hit. I would have preferred to see Chaos Space go to 1, or, maybe an additional hit like Dragon Ravine to 1 that really would have done a lot to neuter the deck, but that's not what they decided to do here. Salamangreat Mirage Stalio is back, which is fine. We talked about this in the ban list discussion series a while back. I think this card is fine at 1. I don't think it's going to break Salad or anything, but I'm very disappointed that we still don't have Wind-Up Zenmighty back. I don't know what would propel them to say, hey, yeah, we can bring Mirage Stalio back, but Zenmighty can't come off. I think those two cards are very similar, and I'm a little bit bummed out about it, but hopefully that's to come on a future list. And then the last one is very surprising. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage is at 1 without any other Sky Striker cards getting hit. They didn't limit Anchor, they didn't ban drones, they didn't move anything else around, they just put Engage back to 1. So, all of you who have been clamoring for Eternal format to come back and whatnot, I don't know that we're there, but I do think that you're going to see people trying to play Sky Striker again, and I think Engage being a pot of greed, essentially, for the deck that is not a hard once per turn in any capacity, is going to give that deck some serious firepower, so I'm very much against that move. Hopefully, if you were interested in playing this, you did pick up your Engages while they were very cheap, because they will surely skyrocket soon if they have not already. I haven't even looked at the market yet with the list, so we'll see. Give that some time to play out. And then semi-limited Double Iris Magician, definitely not the best moves, I suppose, as far as the semi-limited list goes, but it's fine. I understand they're kind of taking a gamble here on this, especially because it is a good searcher. It's a Pendulum Dragon card. It's got a high scale, but I think this is another card that, like, give it some time. It's probably not going to make as big of a splash as people expect it to, and if it does, then they just move it back in the opposite direction. It's not a huge deal. It's kind of a risk-free move. And then Unlimited, Symbol of Heritage. We talked about this a while back, how this should probably have been unlimited quite a while ago. They went ahead and did it now, so, no harm, no foul, I guess. This card wasn't really seeing play, and it had to do with, like, combos with Lone Fire and stuff. I don't think that it's really all that detrimental in the first place, and I'm an advocate of a smaller list. So this is the list. What do you guys think? Was this what you were expecting? Was it too small? I definitely would have liked to see a few more moves, but I get why they might wait. With the remote YCS coming up and all the product releases over the next few months, waiting until the October list does kind of make sense at least from a Konami perspective. I understand why we as a player base might have wanted some more, but I think this is a solid step in the right direction. So let me know what you guys think. If you did enjoy the video, please like and comment down below what your thoughts are. Hit the sub button if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.